What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rudy Rodriguez Showmont here. Welcome back to another edition of Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let us know you're here. Appreciate y'all as we continue to build our combat section. We have another awesome opportunity to introduce you to another great up and coming fighter. He fought at BKFC Clearwater. I heard a crazy story, and I'm gonna let him tell you about it, about how he got to Clearwater because he didn't go by plane. I don't know if he swam there or not, but I know it took him a while to get there. I got with me Logan Speyrer out of just outside Lafayette. Plaisance, is it called?
Plaisance.
Plaisance. I gotta say it
There
with the
you go.
French accent. That's perfect.
Plaisance.
The Plaisance. That's dope. Yeah, I'm in South Florida. We say everything in Spanish. So, welcome aboard, Logan, man. I appreciate you jumping on with me today on Combat Corner. Talk about that fight, man. Big performance. Are you still recovering from that fight? Still the bruises from that fight, or did you get punched in sparring or something recently?
No, this was from the fight, man. Few flesh wounds. Nothing serious happened. No broken bones. I thought I was gonna heal overnight, honestly, but I guess guess I'm a little down. I don't know. Usually I heal overnight.
Well, yeah, it was a war. I mean, you guys had a big time back and forth battle. I mean, talk about that fight and what that experience was like for you in Clearwater.
It was intense, man, to say the least. The fight itself was pretty much how I expected it to go. I'd say I knew how I was coming in. I feel like I could have done a little bit more getting up early in the morning, doing just a little more leg work, road work. I think that would have made a big difference with the performance. I wouldn't have started getting tired in the fourth round. My legs started to get tired a little bit in the fifth round. I started feeling my legs a little bit, but I pushed through mentally. I had to dig a little bit on the cardio side. I had to think about something to push myself. Like how in some of those movies where they pretty much down and then they have like a little flashback or something that gets
Yeah,
them going. That's kind
yeah.
of that's literally what I did in the middle of like the fifth round, or maybe not the middle. I just thought about some things over the past that didn't a lot of frustrations, a lot of the miles that I put in, the time and everything. I kind of channeled that into that last little burst, so I
So
could finish it strong.
what was there something specific that you had that flashback to? Anything specific that you can talk about?
hmm. Uh, I There's just so much, man. I don't just. We all have expectations, I think,
Hmm.
and when
Yeah.
expectations don't go our way, I mean that's the biggest teacher. The pain from our expectations not getting met. It could have been being rejected by a girl that I liked or thought I wanted to be with. It could have been seeing people that I love suffering their mental dramas, the frustration of seeing that people just really cuckoo, like making up their own problems, and that's actually a big drive for me is
Hmm.
trying to ignite people just by doing this dance. It's just my platform. It's something I can do.
Hmm.
But I like for the ones that that I love and that love me, that are feeling a little bit lethargic and have inertia and
Hmm.
feeling hopeless or whatever, to at least get some intensity. See that it takes a lot of intensity to get results that like this.
Hmm. I was told that you had an interesting trip to get to Clearwater.
Oh yeah.
That you guys drove to Clearwater. What was the reason behind driving to Clearwater when I'm guessing you could have they would have given you plane tickets, I presume,
Oh
because that's
yes,
a
yeah.
13, 14-hour drive. And um, what went into that?
Well, honestly, I didn't even think about it as being a long trip. I
Hmm.
I didn't think that would be a big deal. But we did get plane tickets offered by BKFC. The reason why I actually turned them down is because I asked in compensation for the plane tickets to get some fight tickets for my manager, Harley, with Rollout Management, and his wife,
Hmm.
and also my mother and my friend's mother, who's a big part of this fight camp as well, who helped me cut weight and
Hmm.
who's pretty much like a secretary, if you will, helps filter things for me to where I don't have to take my mind off of just being at ease. So I don't have to
Hmm.
deal with so much extra nonsense. So yeah, I just figured it would be I like road trips, man. Also,
Okay.
so it was no big deal for me. I'll drive across the country for fun.
Did you
Just
make
like
any stops to look at anything that you hadn't seen before? Was that something that you, I mean, I don't know if you had the time
no.
or not, but
Well, honestly, it's gonna no. I mean, I've done been all up and down the East Coast a bunch of times.
okay.
So that, but we did go to the beach in Clearwater after the fight the next day.
Hmm.
So that was cool.
How did you feel? I mean, because you had a war, man. So how did you feel going to the beach? Was it enjoyable for you, or was it like, oh, I don't really want to be out here because I don't know how you felt the day after.
I felt good, man.
Okay.
I, I mean, my vision was a little cloudy and blurry. My eyes were like this, but other than that, you know, just another day. I felt
Hmm.
I really wanted to bring my mom to the beach. Also, she hadn't been out. She likes to go to the beach,
Hmm.
and Miss Kim, she likes the beach too. So yeah, it was awesome, man.
So you're from the Lafayette area. I asked your manager about this. I asked if you have ever trained or had the chance to train with Dustin Poirier, since I know he's out of Lafayette, Louisiana, and
Right.
Daniel Cormier is out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Is there something about the fighting spirit of that area? Because I mean, you have two champion level fighters like that in the UFC, and I mean, just I remember watching the, I think it was a I don't know, it was a documentary or Netflix or HBO special where talk about when Dustin Poirier was coming up,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you ever saw that or not, but what is it about that spirit within that area of the country that produces fighters like this?
Well, there's a lot of really good martial artists in this area. Not all of them have gotten to a bigger stage yet. There's still a few that are up and coming in that aspect, and even the ones that aren't going to get on a bigger stage, there's still some really legit martial artists everywhere in this area.
Hmm.
And I think the reason why a lot of people are channeling their energy and all of that into martial arts in this area is because there's really nothing that this place offers that's better or more evolved than what martial arts brings. Sadly, the infrastructure of this area is not very conducive for human growth and evolution on a higher level. So martial arts is, to me, it's been a way, to get the mind and body stronger and to also know yourself. We don't. There's not very many areas that are advanced as far as anything more than that, in my opinion.
Hmm.
We don't have very good like our. I'm not trying to hate on Louisiana culture and food and everything, because I mean, it just doesn't. The food's not very healthy for the most part.
Okay.
A lot of fried food, and it's good for the taste buds. The taste buds really enjoy it, but it's not really good for the temple, if you will. So that's
Not,
something that I think we need to address to because it's not a lack of money.
uh
I mean, it's really not a lack of money, and it's just a lack of intelligence, if you ask me. Um,
uh
in Opelousas, where I was born,
uh
there's two big, like, one's a fast food restaurant. There's a fast food restaurant. One's a hot boudin place. I'm not going to name the names, but you can imagine the millions of dollars that got sunk into that when it could have been sunk into stuff that is good for the body. Not fried food that destroyed food, but food that is more alive, that will bring vitality to the system. But people are not thinking that way. They're only thinking on profits right now. So
Mhm.
that's just the way it goes. And
So that food's not good for weight cutting.
that food's not, like I said, man, it's just good for the taste buds.
It's good. No, I got you. I mean, hey, I know that Daniel Cormier used to have the joke commercial with Popeyes that he,
Oh, yeah.
but Popeyes is just fast food to me. It's not like that's not Louisiana real Louisiana food type thing to me, is it? It's not, is it?
I think, I don't know, man. I don't know
Yeah.
about, I think fried chicken, I really don't know where that comes from, but Louisiana,
Are you vegetarian or something like that? Do you eat like
uh,
do you maintain a strict diet?
I do have a I'm pretty strict on my diet. Um,
Mhm.
I really don't eat meat. And
Mhm.
I know that's going to be a surprise for a lot of people because, I mean, I still, I'm still pretty strong, man. So, uh, yeah, I find other things for protein.
Okay.
I mean, I've eaten plenty of meat before. I don't find there's anything wrong with it. I think everyone needs to find out what works for them.
Yeah. What brought you into martial arts? What brought I know because I mean I saw you were in MMA and now you're in bare knuckle. Um, you were 5-1 as an amateur from what I'm seeing here. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's from Tapology. So, and then you fought in Bayou. Is it called Bayou Fighting Championship?
Yes, sir.
You went from MMA to bare knuckle. What brought the change from one to the next? And what do you enjoy about bare knuckle that maybe you didn't find the same success in MMA?
Um, I think it boils down to where my energy was going to be more effective,
Hmm.
and MMA is not out the window. It's still a possibility. I'm
Okay.
not throwing it out there. Um, my record's a little upside down if you look at my record, but
Hmm.
that doesn't show my capabilities or my potential.
Hmm.
I'm off of my last MMA fight was in September in Lafayette, and I won that by decision against a top prospect in the area off of really 2 weeks of training. It was tough because I only had about 2 good weeks, maybe 3 good weeks of training, which was my fault. But
Okay.
I thought about doing bare knuckle a few years ago, and I knew I was gonna eventually do the BKFC run. It was just a matter of pretty much getting my shit together.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was a little bit really off balance with life. Made a lot of mistakes, and I know what not to do. So to say the least. So I think right now this is I think it's the best route for me right now. We'll give it a
Hmm.
go, man. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen. I'm kind of just surrender and just going to it.
Hmm. Saw an article where it says that you said I'm a loose cannon. Sometimes I need a place to let off some of that high intensity. What did that mean?
Oh,
Were
you
you
did.
fighting in the street or what was it? What was it that was happening?
I like how you do your research, man.
It was
Um,
your local newspaper, right? Like Acadiana's news channel. Your
yeah.
local, okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean, what went where? What was that? What was that intent? Where were you feeding that intensity to?
Okay, so when I say I'm a loose cannon, it goes back to what I said. I feel a lot of life within me,
Hmm.
a lot of intensity and energy,
Hmm.
and you have to channel it into something. And there's nothing like I don't. There's not a lot of places that there's no ashram in Louisiana where I could go and sit with a guru and meditate and
Hmm.
be a disciple around here. And
Hmm.
it's just that's not the way we have it set up. Everything around here is more about action, action. So uh, the next best thing would be martial arts, and
Hmm.
That's where I channel a lot of my intensity into. And if people can get something out of that, all the better. And I think they do. I train one-on-ones with people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I got people that like to just be around me and train with me. And I don't teach people anything, man. I just show them how to embrace their own movement, find their own flow. It's martial arts is essentially just expression through physical movement.
Mm-hmm.
Moving and expressing yourself in a certain way, in your way. That's the
Okay.
beauty of it.
How did you feel about your performance in Clearwater? Did you walk in? Did you walk away saying I did everything I could do, or did you watch it on film and say, yeah, I may have made I need to fix that, or I mean, everyone obviously is hypercritical of themselves. So when you watch it back, or when you thought about it after the fight, what were your thoughts of your performance? Obviously,
Um,
you got the win, so that's what matters in the end.
like I said, I think I could have done more road work. As
Okay,
far as the
that's right. You did say
technical,
that. Yeah.
as far as the technical side of it, I definitely made some mistakes. If you want to look at it through like a professional boxer's kind of perspective, yeah, I could have slipped to the inside more and dodged that right hand that he threw, because there's no reason he should have hit me with that. It was a good right hand. He caught me with a few times, but that's only because I didn't move my head. There's, I took his, I
I
took
get.
his, I took his best shot, and it hurt.
Hmm.
It hurt my face, but it didn't rattle my brain. It was more
Okay.
like I was just aggravated that I got hit with it.
Yeah.
And if I wouldn't have got tired, it's not like I was tired, but I still had that extra. I still had it in me. But yeah, the technical side of it definitely moved, slipped more onto the left side, onto the front leg, and avoid that shot. Even get around to that, you know, get around to his right,
Hmm.
and throw shots off of that get around. So yeah, what else, man?
I mean, this was a high volume fight. I
Oh
mean,
man, it was.
you guys threw. I mean, I'm just reading it. I mean, it was God over 400 combined strikes. I mean, they got you throwing 248 in
Yep,
10
yep.
minutes. I mean,
I didn't believe that, man. I
that's
was like,
high volume, bro. That's a high. I mean, I watched these fights. I mean, I was there at the card, and I mean,
oh,
some
you
of some
were?
of the yeah, I was in the back. Yeah, I was in the back where they had us in the media area. It was a
Did I
very
talk to
small.
you?
I did not have a chance to talk to you
I
at the
think I
fight.
seen you.
You
Maybe
may
I
have
seen you.
seen me, maybe you saw me, but yeah, I didn't have a chance to talk to you. Um, but no, it was a high volume fight. I mean, to throw that many punches, yeah,
Man, I thought,
your legs will get tired, because you're not, and you guys are the lighter weights, so you guys are moving around like crazy, and that's a small ring you were in, not the
yeah, it was,
typical
man.
size ring. So if you're trying to evade, you got to be really moving.
hmm
Um, have you ever fought in a ring that size?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
The I fought in the Trigon already, and it's about,
that little triangle thing they got.
yeah, for
Okay,
the other
oh, that's
BYB.
BYB. That they fight in a triangle. Oh
Right.
man.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can search that fight on YouTube. Just
I
search
will.
my name.
I
Uh,
will check that one out. I didn't check that one out, so I didn't do enough research. My bad.
it's okay, man. Yeah.
But
I thought that performance. I thought the performance was worth a bonus for sure. I think. I mean, if I'm, it's not trying to be biased, but if I'm looking at Logan from a perspective from the outside, I'm like, that's bonus worthy performance right there,
hmm
especially for a showcase like a first time, um, like a prospect. So
hmm
that's my opinion. I'd have gave him a bonus.
how did your arms feel after the fight? I mean, you said your legs felt a certain way. I mean, but like you threw more punches as the fight went on. Your
My
your your
arm.
sl- your slowest round was round one.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, in punches thrown, that was the lowest amount of punches you threw the entire fight.
Yeah, I was kind of giving him a little fill out in that first round, getting his respect for my presence, because
Hmm.
I watched him. He's pretty aggressive, and but I seen within the first 30 seconds of of the fight, my presence had him a little bit more cautious than he usually is.
Mm-hmm.
And not taking away anything from him, but uh, I know like I don't really have much. I don't go out there and try to give personality and to make like before the fights. I don't try to hoopla and I conserve my energy and I direct it into the execution of the task. So it's all about the performance speaks for itself. And
Mm-hmm. So what's next? When do you want to fight again? Do you have anyone at this point? Do you care who you fight again? Do you just want to get there as quickly as possible? Need to take a little bit of time because I mean you are still healing, and that was a war, a 5 round war that went to decision. So I mean, what do you want to do next?
I don't know, to be honest. I really don't. I have so many. There's so many possibilities that I'm juggling. So I kind of just stay with my flow, stay with my movement, and things open up for me, man. When I don't try to force it, these opportunities always open up. If I choose to, I could go as far as taking over the bantamweight division and getting the title if I choose to. It's up to me. If I find it's worthwhile, I will do so.
Mm-hmm. Well, what would make it worthwhile?
Well, obviously I'm a prize fighter, so I'm not going to put my energy into something that is not monetarily conducive to what I'm trying to provide for people in the area.
Mm-hmm.
If I want, I need to make as much money as I can
Of course.
to, to provide what I know people need in this area.
Mm-hmm. Of
Even myself, what I need, an
course.
environment for people an environment for people to grow as a human. That's what this area is lacking. And I've been all over the world and I've been to such places and I've been around such people where it's a whole different ambience. It's a whole different type of human. People who are advanced and there's not a lot of suffering in some of these places because they're working on getting past the mental drama that we live in. We got to admit, we live in a madhouse, So I, my biggest aim is to grow and also include people who want to grow also as people.
So what is your message to your fans, the ones who don't know you yet, who are gonna know you, and the ones that do know you? What is your message to them? And what do you say to them? Obviously after a win like this, and from the support you've been given by the fans that know you, and how what people who don't know you should expect from you in the future.
My life is my message, man. If you really wanna know, just if you really want to reach out to me, man. I'm open, and I have time for everyone. And yeah, like I said, my life is my message. We need to find that fire within our hearts again, and then find our humanity as a whole, and have compassion for one another, and see the preciousness of each other, see the child in each other, the inner child. This fighting stuff, it's just something I do. It's something that I'm blessed with. It's a skill that I'm blessed with. I've always been good at fighting since I was a kid. Even, you know, I I've always had good eyes. For some reason, I've always had good hands, hand-eye coordination. I'm not saying I'm a fighter. It's just something. I don't know what I was in past lives, some kind of warrior or something. I don't know, but I could I could let go when the time is needed. In the moment, I hit a switch, and I'll stick with it if it makes sense. That's where I'm at with it, and I have a lot of people who have came and made this process happen. Success takes cooperation from a team of people,
Hmm.
and that's another thing. Let people help you. Don't try to do anything by yourself. No one does anything by themselves. Everyone's trying to be so independent, That's all bullshit. You
Yeah.
can't be. We're humans. You have to work together and let people help you. Because I mean, my training partners, man, like I could see it in them. Like they all, really just was on my ass for this one. My coaches, my trainer, Flash MMA, Tony's boxing, uh, people even outside the gym. Uh, I mean, one of my friends. I mean, he's giving me a place to stay just to train for this fight. Yeah, definitely have my message is also embrace the people who are with you. We're all with each other, but don't feel like you need to do it by yourself. And that goes for anything. When you put minds together and put the hearts together, man, we don't know what's possible. We
Hmm.
just we don't know what's possible and impossible. That's only yeah. I
You,
don't know
you
what.
seem like a very spiritual person and very philosophical. Are you? Is that something that you are? Are you very religious or spiritual or is you know?
Uh, I'm just a piece of life, man. No
Okay.
philosophy. I'm like a tree. I'm just able to speak.
Okay.
Yeah, and
All right.
I can move my body and throw my punches. I mean, there's nothing much else to it. I'm just a piece of life, and
Okay.
that's what people need to realize. Also, it's a very humility just means that you know what you are, and that you're only here and you're
Hmm.
going that fast.
Hmm.
And so, don't wait to make you move. Dance right now. Let the energy flow. That's what you know. People are just drowning in their own their mind fuck. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
it's hard, man. I know it's really sticky, our memories and everything, and anticipation of what's to come, the past, whatever you want to call it. But all the power you have is right now.
Did you have some type of experience that drives you?
I'm having
Because
the
it sounds like you something I mean, just from listening, like something happened or things happened in your life that have put you in this path. I mean, or something that you if you don't want to talk about it, it's perfectly
no,
fine.
man.
I
I'm
just
here to talk. I'm here to
yeah.
talk to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to, I want to tell your story as much as I possibly
I'm an
can
open
and
book.
obviously
What you going
so
through?
like, what was there something in your childhood or in your growth that, you know, has you, where you think like an older person. You're a young guy. I'm 20 years older than you, but you speak like you have got wisdom beyond your years.
I'll tell you this. Yes, a lot of things have transpired within my childhood. Pain is the greatest teacher, man. You can't avoid pain, but you don't have to keep suffering. You don't have to keep creating your own suffering. And yeah, there's a lot of things that happen that I've experienced that were not favorable for a child or anyone for that matter. I mean, I've watched people I love tear each other apart emotionally, mentally, physically, and it makes no sense, man. And those people unconsciously cause suffering to a lot of other people. But, you know, the biggest thing is forgiveness. Forgive those that, unconsciously hurt you because they weren't even, they were still going through their own traumas that they never had a chance or had the tools to even help cope with those things. And so you got to forgive everything, man. Not for them, but for your own growth, because to blame people it's making you a weaker person if you blame anyone. And once I seen that these people that have hurt me were also just children in a grown-up body, You know what I mean? It's like you can't help but to have that compassion for them. And this is something that we need to look at on a world basis. Even people who are causing so much suffering to others, as hard as it is, you have to look at it through a lens of compassion also. Even though it's hard
Mhm.
for you need to. You know, every individual person has to find it in them what is conducive for growth and what they could just drop off that's not helping them.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of resources these days for it, man. So you know, you just gotta reach out to people for those resources, man. People are here to help each other, so it all comes full circle. Let people in.
No, I feel you on that, man. Everyone, this is Logan Speyrer. I want to pronounce it properly. I keep mispronouncing it. Spire.
Yeah,
He had a great fight last week. If you haven't seen it, go to the BKFC.com app. Check out this fight. I thought it was the fight of the night. It was back and forth for 5 rounds. Who did they give the fight of the night to? Did they give the fight of the night to Reber and Guyman?
I'm not sure, man. I stayed for the whole event. I don't know who they gave it to, but if they gave it to those guys, they had a good fight
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some home court there. Yeah, it was
Oh yeah,
local.
it was a hometown
It,
guy.
it was local, but no, you had a great fight, man. If folks you haven't seen it yet, go over to BKFC app, check it out. It was at BKFC Clearwater. I appreciate your time, Logan, man, and I wish you the best. I look forward to seeing you fight again in the near future. Um, I know you're gonna fight again. I mean, you can't walk. You're gonna fight again, and
I got a few
I
more.
appreciate Harley reaching out to me about talking with you and everything. And what has he meant to your growth and your career?
Harley's the reason why I'm doing this. I mean, not the only reason, but he's definitely a big part. I mean, he hit me on an emotional level where I couldn't turn it down. Harley has cerebral palsy, and he was born
Hmm.
that way. And everyone has counted him out all his life uh, because he's he can't really do much physically. I mean,
Hmm.
he could he has a voice, and that's to me, your voice is powerful, and he uses that thing. So he's definitely he got me the fight with BKFC. He's
Hmm.
reached out to all kind of people to get me sponsorships. He's got he got in touch with you.
Yeah.
He's gotten in touch with some other people for interviews. That guy right there makes no excuses, and I could get with someone like that. That's the kind of people that you know really I think that's the kind of people should look up to, even though you have to physically look down to him. But he's
when
all
you
man. He's
no
all
you meant
man, bro.
you mentioned I this is the question I had a little earlier. I forgot to ask it. You mentioned people making excuses. You're
Mhm.
a fighter. When you hear fighters after a fight come up with all kinds of reasons publicly,
Mhm.
why do they do that then? Because it seems like maybe that's a coping mechanism to convince yourself because it's psychological. But it'll be like, oh, well, I had an injury coming in. Well, then you shouldn't have fought. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you lose the fight, don't talk about it. If you win the fight, don't talk about it. What are your thoughts to that when you hear that? When you hear people make reasons, otherwise known as excuses?
Well, I guess they have to have some kind of logical reason, you know.
Hmm.
But everyone knows, when you lose a fight, it's up to the fighter. He really knows, or she really
Hmm.
knows why they lost. If they lost,
Yeah.
it could be a lot of times, man, in a fight, and this is what a lot of fighters won't probably admit. But there's always those
Hmm.
split seconds of bitchness within you. It's like I've noticed it in my own experience. It's like there's that split second sometimes where it's like, do I really want to be in here? Like this is not this is not pleasant right now. Because it ain't always
No.
pleasant. Man. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the toughest. I mean, I'm not a tough guy. I never said I was a tough guy. I just got some gas. But yeah, there's always those little moments where it's like you lose a little bit of confidence, and sometimes I guess fighters don't come back from that little hang up, that little hiccup in their psyche.
Yeah.
So if you could snap out of that real quick and nah, man, hell no, I'm here. You know what I mean? Just stay there. You know, it's just it's a fear thing, I think. But I don't try to deny fear. You know, fear is a good indicator that there's danger.
Hmm.
It's a fundamental survival mechanism that we have. So you have to overcome that little fight or fight or flight response or fight. You know, just do both, but stay in the fight.
Hmm. Okay. But yeah, again, man, Logan, I appreciate your time. I thank you so very, very much, folks. I'm gonna link his social media in the description of the video. Please check him out on social media. Follow him on social, and do check out that fight, man, because it was a great performance. And again, once again, Logan Speyrer, appreciate you, man. God
Thank you,
bless,
bro.
and I look forward to seeing you again in the ring real soon, man. That's it for this edition of Combat Corner, folks. Sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Hit the bell. Appreciate all y'all. This is Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.
Up and down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. Up and down.